Hello and welcome to my channel. I am super excited for today's video. Today we are going to be talking about the Tati Beauty Blendiful. I'm so excited. I got mine in the mail today. I am so excited to bust this baby open and put some makeup on my face. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to bust this guy open. I'm going to try and rip it. Oh, it came in a nice little foamy pack like this. It's just got a little packing slip in here. And here is the goods. Oh my gosh, I can feel it in there. It's all cushiony. Oh my gosh, the Baby Blendiful is first. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can't. And then we have the Tati Beauty Puff. And I know people were saying how big it is, but oh my gosh, it is really big. I have a big face. So for this to cover so much of my face, I can't even. First impressions. It's very cushy. It's very soft. I know everybody was saying how soft it was, but it's very soft. And first impressions on this little guy right here is it's more dense. It has, when you squish it, it kind of almost feels like there's little gritties in there or something. But it's so cute. Oh my gosh. Cleaning instructions. Machine wash and dry in a delicate laundry bag or gently hand wash in warm soapy water. Rinse thoroughly and blot dry. Do not bleach, do not dry clean, and it is made of 100% polyester. So let's get started and put this on my face. So I have here the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. I bought this on Tati's recommendation actually for my wedding. So I kind of got a little bit on the tip there. It says to use a pressing motion. So I'm going to go ahead and press that in. So as far as applying the primer, it feels like it went on very nicely. It pressed it into my skin very, very nicely. Probably better than my fingers could. I think it's time to go ahead and see how this bad boy applies foundation. I'm really nervous. So I've watched a couple of tutorials, so I feel like definitely using a rubbing motion and then patting is going to be what gives the most full coverage. We'll see. Let's see what Tati's website it actually says. So sweeping or buffing. So that's kind of like swiping. So I went ahead and turned the lights down a little bit and zoomed you guys in so you could get a really good close-up look of what my skin is looking like. So this is kind of what it's looking like. You could see a bit of my acne scarring popping through. You could see a bit how it rubbed off on my nose. You can really see how it wiped off the makeup right there when I was trying to blend. Okay, so I am back and it is day 2 of me applying my makeup with the Tati Beauty Blendiful. Yesterday I tried applying my makeup with more of a sweeping motion and I noticed that it really sheared out my foundation. So I immediately, when I finished my makeup, I watched a bunch of other tutorials on YouTube and I saw that people were having the same issue as me, and what they did to fix that was just patting instead of sweeping and buffing. So I'm going to go ahead and try that today on camera just so I can see if it was just my mistake. Like I said, this is a new product, so there is going to be a little bit of a learning curve, and I think that has been kind of the theme revolving around this product. Most of the time people don't use a puff to apply cream products, so I think we're all just kind of trying to figure out exactly how to do that. So I went ahead, I already did my eyes and my brows, so I'm gonna go ahead and dip into my primer like I did yesterday. I'm gonna use the Clean Slate Timeless Pore Filling Primer. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that on the corner and buff that into my pores. Okay, so I do also want to say that I did try washing my Blendiful last night. It was being a little stubborn with these two areas. It didn't really want to come off. I tried washing it like 3 or 4 times, and then I even went in with like makeup remover. So just something that I wanted to share with you guys. So yesterday I went in with my Double Wear foundation. I am going to try today with my trusty Infallible. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pumps on the back of my hand like I normally do. This foundation is really runny, so I'm hoping that it works nicely. And we're going to go ahead and see if the patting motion and kind of more buffing works better than swiping like I was. I just got a little bit on the back. I'm going to start patting it out. Okay, tapping is where it's at. That's looking really, really beautiful. Oh, and it gets right in the nose crevice. Something I did want to point out yesterday as well is I did not get any little fibers on my face. I also didn't have any streaks on my face. It applied it really, really smoothly. Noticing it's so much more full coverage today than it was yesterday. Yesterday I went in with an initial 2 pumps of foundation and I had to add a 3rd to kind of build it up to this coverage. Also, I'm missing this whole section of my face. Okay, so this is what my face is looking like zoomed in. There's no streaks, fuzzies. It's looking really smooth actually, and it's getting nicely into the crevices of my nose. Okay, so let's go in with some concealer. Today I'm going to try the L'Oreal Infallible. Okay, so I'm going to go in on a clean corner and I'm going to try dabbing motion. I'm also going to pinch it like this. And I'm going to grab my mirror so that I can really see what I'm doing. So that blended out so quickly. Also, I noticed when I'm not using a sweeping motion, it's not taking off the foundation that I had underneath like it did a little bit yesterday. Gets really nicely up into your eye because you can kind of just really pinch as hard as you need. And then I like to just put my nail right here. And it creates that point so you know where to stop. That's looking really nice. I even had my makeup already done and I had no problem trying to like go around the areas. Even though this is a rather large sponge, I can really fold it down and get that precise area without much of an issue. So I like to take a little bit more concealer on my chin and just a little bit right between the brow area and up on the forehead. That looks good. Okay, that's looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and set with the little baby Blendiful. I did not use this yesterday. I didn't actually feel the need to touch my makeup up yesterday. One thing that I will say, and I'll probably insert a little clip, is I noticed my skin looked so natural yesterday. I think this applied my makeup yesterday very, very thin. I didn't look cakey, and normally when I wear the Estee Lauder and put on as much as I did with as much powder as I did, I would look kind of like I'm wearing makeup. Like, you can tell I'm wearing makeup when I do that routine. And yesterday, my skin looked very natural. It's kind of settled together nicely. I noticed that the little spots that were missing on my nose, like, came back. I don't know, it just kind of like melted into my skin really, really nice. And my skin just didn't look like it was caked. It looked very like a thin layer was put on my skin. It was like my skin but better. So that is something that I really wanted to point out about yesterday. So it wasn't a complete fail yesterday. I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun, and I'm going to take the Baby Blendiful, and I'm actually going to use this point right here to get right underneath my under eye. Okay, looks good. It's applying the powder so nicely. My skin literally looks airbrushed. Something else that I wanted to point out is I noticed that the foundation alone, this is powdered, but before I powdered it down, it went on more matte than usual. Normally, the Infallible gives me kind of like a natural satin skin finish, and it went on much more matte. And I think that's because normally I apply it with a wet beauty blender, and that kind of brings back some moisture. And however, this is not wet, so it just kind of applied the product as is. My skin is looking really good. Even up close, it looks really good. I know on camera it's showing up pretty nice, but even like up close, I have like a 3x mirror here, and I can't see one pore. Wow, I can't see one pore on my face. You go, Tati, go off. So I'm going to go ahead and do my blush, bronzer, and highlight off camera. I used the Blendiful for those products yesterday, and it came out beautiful. It looked very airbrushed, but I just don't see myself doing that every single day. It's kind of a learning curve trying to figure out how you're going to do it with padding. I'm just going to stick to my brushes. Not that it didn't work wonderfully, it's just that's what's more convenient for me. I see this more as replacing my beauty blender for my face products and my base products. So I'm going to go ahead and do those 3 things off of camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts. I definitely think going in with the patting motion and not just sweeping it made all of the difference. I'm so glad that I tried it again and that I gave it another chance. I absolutely love it. I'm shocked and I'm impressed, and I think my makeup looks absolutely amazing. I did want to say that I ordered this on January 10th, which was a launch date, and it got to me by January 15th, which was the guaranteed arrival date that she had up on the website. Also, it did cost $18 after tax. It costed me, I think it was $22, but you do get 2 little guys. I think that is definitely well worth the price. So overall, I really do love my Tati Beauty Blendiful. I think there was a little bit of a learning curve, as there would be. This is a completely new, innovative tool on the market. I'm really glad that I gave it a second chance. I think my makeup looks amazing, and I love this little thing. This is gonna be my new little thing. I'm excited to try it out with all of my other foundations. I'm excited to enter it into my routine. Yeah, I think it applied powder beautifully. I am so excited. If I, get lazy and just want to stick to what I'm used to and use my beauty blender in the morning, I think I will definitely still powder my face with this, if anything. And on days that I really want to play until I get the hang of this, I will probably be using this for my foundation. Okay, well there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I'd love to have you a part of my YouTube family. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.